In the event of a water damage emergency, call PuroClean of Cenla.
Hey everyone, good evening. Well, that was weird. Well, how you doing? I'm back home. I flew in this morning, actually. We left St. Louis at 6 a.m. Making sure my microphone's on. You know how things do happen. So yeah, we left St. Louis at 6 a.m., meaning we got up at 3 a.m., so I had to come home and score a nap. The wasp is very active, as you can see there. So yes, thank you. Glad to be back. We're going to take a look at tropical stuff. We're going to take a look at how hot it's going to get the next few days. Lots to talk about. We have some of the cameras that have been offline coming back online, so I'm excited there. I just talked to the camera guy. He's coming back soon, and hopefully we'll get some more added to this whole camera kitty fairly soon. But for now, we're going to go with what we have, and we're going to talk about this tropical stuff. Look at those clouds out in Leesville. We had some storms roll through here in the Alexandria area earlier. I know down in LeCount, you guys got hammered by some pretty heavy rain. It was brief, but some gusty winds, lots of rain. And there it is. The wasp is taking over. How you doing, bud? I wish we would focus in on you so we could really say hi. That's nice. That's good. I'm sure that's what everyone wants to see. I guess we might have to get up there with some spray, though it's not going to be me because we're talking about 80 feet up. But that's how it looks right now, apart from the giant, giant wasp right on the camera. So here are your temperatures. Actually, here's your radar. Again, getting back into it here. So thunderstorms with a significant weather outlook off to the northwest there. That looks like that would have been Natchitoches and Grant Parish. That has gone away. Let's actually go ahead and take a look closer in. Elsewhere on the radar, you see that big blob over Florida, and that's what we're really going to be watching. Loads of lightning on this one over Natchitoches and Grant Parish. That has since moved on to the northeast. If you are now, let's see, Montgomery, probably here in the Thunder, Pollock, Dry Prong, you're getting hit by this storm as well. Let me turn that lightning off, and then up toward DeVille and northwestern parts of Avoyelles Parish, and then way out there toward Acme, southern Concordia Parish, also getting a heavy storm. Pretty much clean elsewhere, but this time of year, you know how it goes. We get those summertime storms typically. Now, I don't think we're going to see a ton of those for the next few days. It looks like we are going to get a little break as this high pressure builds in just to our north. That's what's going to steer this big blob of convection and thunderstorms and all that stuff toward the west, and you can actually see that band of thunderstorms over Florida. This thing's kind of coming together here, not quickly by any stretch, and it's going to come over land, so it's not going to, we're actually going to lose these storms over Florida overnight, and we'll see what happens as this thing crosses land. That's going to happen tomorrow, and once this thing gets out into the Gulf, that's when we'll have a better idea of what's going to happen, and I'm going to take you on a tour of much more with that. And if you want to follow along with the wasp, he's right above my head. 88 degrees temperature right now, 92 up in Monroe. You can see where it's rained and where it hasn't. We're kind of in the soup out at the airport where they just kind of dodged the edge of that storm. 77 degrees Lafayette and Natchitoches. And yeah, some of us saw very heavy rain. Some of us saw nothing. Southeast Louisiana, we have heat advisories, and we probably will see these issued for our area later on this week. I think that's going to happen, so it's going to be hot regardless, so you know how that goes. If you're going to be working outside, you want to take it easy. You don't want to overheat and all that common sense stuff. Gusty winds near storms today. There are about 10 to 15 mile per hour gusts beyond those storms, just what we have going on out in the typical part of the day when we don't have storms. And then tomorrow, things are going to pick up out of the west, it looks like, throughout the day. So we'll see some wind, high pressure influence sticks overhead. For today, the storms go away when the sun goes away, and then we will see, I think, much less coverage for tomorrow. So if you need rainfall, I don't think you get it the next few days, but I think after that, you're definitely going to get some. Severe threat is non-existent in our area today. Again, I say non-existent. Per the SPC, we could always see an isolated storm pop up and maybe become a severe storm. But for today, generally partly to mostly cloudy skies this afternoon, about a 20% coverage for the rest of the afternoon on those storms. Temperatures are going to be very variable, so that 90 degrees is kind of if you have not seen rain yet, but you just have the clouds from those rains. Okay, tropical stuff. This is the big story. We have Invest 93L. That's what we do. They designate a system, and then we run the tropical models. I say we, meaning them. They will run the tropical models on this, and we're going to see some more track forecasts, and that's good. More data is good. So 30% chance this develops. It's going to cross Florida, and then when it gets out here, it's pretty unimpeded until it makes landfall, either as a tropical system or not, over probably Louisiana. That's the most likely track right now, somewhere between Gulf Shores and, let's say, Morgan City. So we'll be watching this thing. Going to be coming on a westerly track with a little bend to the northwest. So this is one of those deals where if it's really running the coast here, I mean, it could come into New Orleans. If it's 50 miles further south, it could come in way west out here toward Morgan City. So it's going to be tough to pinpoint landfall. But what we do know is there's a lot of moisture surrounding this thing. You see on the east side of Florida, and then as you get out into the Gulf here, moisture is really spreading out. It's becoming more consolidated around that low pressure. And so after this gets through that land interaction in Florida, that's when I think we see that chance to get things to ramp up. And it looks more impressive today, especially as we get that big band of storms to fire up across Florida. This is the area I'm mainly watching, though, right out here. And if it dips further south, that's what I don't want to see, because if it dips further south, then it gets out here over the Gulf, and then it has a chance to really try and develop a little bit more, has more land interaction, and rides up here, 30, 50 miles south of the coast. It's going to be more impeded by that. It's going to be pulling in some drier air from the land. So that would be good news. That would mean we would get some rain, as I know many of us do need still some rainfall, even though, it seems like it's rained every day. It's for someone, as some of you are just totally missing it, and that's just the lovely summer we get around here. So GFS Futurecast, that's what we have going here, and you can see the big blob of thunderstorms. It's taking it more on that northern route here. So you can see it's more confined to like daytime thunderstorms, but a lot of them. I think Friday and Saturday are the big days. So as I put that in motion, you can kind of see how these showers and thunderstorms pulse up and back down. And the GFS loves putting this cluster right through here on Sunday. And when we get those red colors in there, that's when we actually could see some really heavy rainfall. The GFS is indicating that potential here, and it's actually the lowest end model on things, the European really trending up on totals. So hopefully we keep them reasonable, but with deep tropical moisture, with a low pressure, especially if that becomes a tropical system, yes, we could see some problems with that warm core system holding lots of moisture toward the center, and that could mean some flooding rains. For now, these are the forecasts from WPC. And this is pretty low end, I think. This is like 2 to 5 inches down in South Louisiana, especially along and south of I-10, 1 to 3 inches up here through our area. I think there are scenarios where we go much higher than this. So I'm going to be watching this ultra closely. I even threw the heavy rain icon in there on Friday and Saturday, possibly Sunday, but it gets weird if I distort it and stretch it out, and I didn't want to put it up there twice. So mid-90s until the rain starts up, maybe upper 90s. Someone could see 100 on Wednesday as if we keep the rain showers away, we really could see that happen. Thunderstorms likely Friday, Saturday, and Sunday right across the weekend. It's not going to be a total washout. You definitely want to plan ahead if you have a big outdoor event, because you're going to see rain at some point. And then things should clear up on Monday, and we're going to see those temperatures come back, or they're going to start to warm back up, and we'll see 93 after highs in the upper 80s. So, and these could come down. If we get an actual tropical system to sit on us, low to mid 80s at best, or at worst, however you want to say it. But I do think we all see rainfall out of this. And then beyond this, it looks like above normal temperatures. You're thinking, okay, well, that means no tropical threat, and kind of. So the high pressure off to our north is going to keep things really warm, but it's going to keep us in that pattern where anything that develops, since that ridge is just displaced a little further north, it's going to keep that stuff coming around that ridge and across the northern Gulf. So we're going to keep precipitation chances pretty high in that July 22nd to 28th window. So above normal precip, I think we've had that in the forecast pretty much all year. And for some of you, it's panned out. And for some of you, you've missed it, because that is just how Louisiana goes. Sandy needs rain. And yeah, we're praying it doesn't turn into something. But I'm hoping it doesn't. Trust me. I'm looking through the comments here. Yeah, it was noisy in LeCount. Oh, you didn't have rain there at your place? Yeah, I know. To speak into it? Okay. I guess I saw that a little late. So yeah, what I think we're going to see is if it develops tropically, or if it doesn't, it's still going to be something that is going to bring a lot of rain to the area. I don't see this as a major wind threat. Yes, there is. If you're a weather junkie or a weather nerd, the Icon model has been showing potential for a low-end hurricane. That's one model. I'm not seeing a lot of ensemble support for that from anything, so we're not going to even really consider that as a real threat just yet. But if this does come out further south and it takes a longer residence time over water with less land interaction, conditions are going to be kind of favorable. So there's a lot to watch, a lot to talk about, and I'll be doing that here in the coming days. And I did this stream because Mr. Tommy Convica, he had an eye procedure today, so he can't see things. I texted him and he called me. He's like, I can't really see right now. So I said, hey, I got this. So I hope I didn't screw it up too bad, and I will see you in a bit. You have roofs to do, Mark? Oh, yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, Do them in the next couple of days, brother, because it is going to rain after that. I will see y'all back here in the morning at the normal time. Have a great rest of your day.